Why do you think?
After they're done being tested on?
No. For food. Pigs are thrown in the gas chambers.
I hate myself.
You shouldn't hate yourself. Why do you hate yourself?
Because I like meat so much.
I like it too. But you shouldn't hate yourself because everybody's brought up to believe you have to eat it when you're a child. You're taught that you have to eat, it's needed and it's necessary.
I know better now, but I still do.
Yeah. Why do you still do it? Is it taste or what? Is it solely taste?
Naturally.
I don't judge anybody.
I don't eat a lot of meat, but I do eat meat.
Yeah.
Well, I eat chicken sometimes.
Yeah. How do you feel? Do you ever feel guilty about it or not? I'm not here to judge you, by the way, because
I do all the time. I just had a chicken.
I'm vegan, but I didn't go vegan until I was 44, which is like 10 years ago. So I had it my whole. Well, I went vegetarian at 19, and then I continued to milk and eggs and stuff. But it's also bloody cruel. It's unbelievable.
To be fair, I don't eat milk. I don't drink milk. But I suppose that's only being.
No, the dairy industry is even worse.
No.
Yeah. Can I tell you how cruel dairy is? Have you got like 2 minutes or less?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
So people think that cows just give milk and we take it from them.
That's what I would say.
When you think about it, we drink our mother's milk and then wean off it. So cows are mammals like you, female mammals.
Oh my God, so they're wee babies,
So they're made pregnant. They artificially impregnate them in a thing they call a rape rack. They make them pregnant. They're pregnant for 9 months just like a human mum. And when the babies are born, they take them away from them straight away.
Oh.
It's really traumatic. They used to live in the countryside, and when they take them away, the cows will cry. The mummy cow will cry for 2, maybe 3 weeks at night, crying and crying and crying and crying for her baby, because she just wants to see her baby. If you had a baby, you just want to see your baby. They're just the same. They're like maternal instinct is not just for.
I know, because you'd be aware
for us.
Carried it as well.
Yeah. So they'll go through about 4 or 5 cycles of that, which is really hard. Can you imagine you were pregnant, had a baby taken away, immediately made pregnant again? They should live to about 30, 35. Most female cows that we milk are killed at 5 years old because they're considered spent. Their bodies just completely give up.
Because they've impregnated them that much.
Yeah, we just take everything from them. The baby calves is probably even worse. So the females will go back into the industry once they're old enough, a few months old, impregnate it, baby taken away, impregnate it, baby taken away, constantly pregnant. And
it's like sex trafficking.
The baby boys. Yeah, well, exactly. And the baby boys. You know, do you go around the countryside? You see the difference between a dairy herd and a beef herd. They look slightly different. Dairy cows are taller, black, usually Friesian. They're black and white. They're all female. Where's all the boys?
Where I know you notice that.
Yeah. So
oh no, you're going to tell me.
Yeah. So most of them are killed on the day they're born. In the UK last year, we killed. There's no exact figure, but the estimates are, government estimates are that 150,000 baby boy calves are killed on farms on the day they're born in the UK every year. Some farmers will shoot them in the head. Other farmers will just put them on the ground and hit them over the head with a. It's called blunt force trauma. It's RSPCA approved. They'll just hit them with a shovel or a spade. Well, RSPCA approved is like approve animal cruelty. They approve of gas chambers for pigs. Some of the baby boy calves now they've discovered they can sell to North African countries like Algeria and Libya, and for food. So they go on lorries. They go down to Cork or Dublin because live export's banned in the UK. So they go from Cork and they sail like 126 hours in a boat with no food, no water, and they go to Libya. And
could you picture my wee Joey going that long?
Yes, fucking terrible. It's really, really bad. So I can tell talking to you two girls that you have good hearts and you love animals already. So the way I see it is, you would never do that to an animal. No. I've stood at that. There's a slaughterhouse in Ballymena for pigs called Cranswick. It's a mile from my house. Gas chambers. So they stand in line. Sea pigs when they come to a slaughterhouse are terrified. Super intelligent, smarter than dogs. Most people don't know that. Pigs are as smart as a 4-year-old human child. So cows and
pigs are made out to be daft too.
Cows and chickens cows, chickens, sheep will come to the slaughterhouse and they know something's wrong, but they don't really know. Yeah. Pigs know straight away. They're fucking terrified. I mean,
you always see the videos as well. They're always squealing as soon as
when they come in the trucks. Pigs they hear the ones inside and they know what's coming. So they stand in a line and then they go into a cage and they're dropped down into a CO2 gas chamber. And they basically suffocate, but it's not like going to the dentist but going to sleep.
Is it carbon monoxide in your nose?
It's carbon dioxide. It's really cheap and aversive. It's terrible. So it burns them from the inside out and they suffocate to death. So they thrash around. I've seen videos of ones pulling their legs and stuff off to try and get out. Absolutely terrible. If you, I swear to God, see if you could stand at Carwin Cooks. That you know, many they gas it every day in Cranswick and one near me, 3,000 a day.
That's what?
And that's what that sign's about. Carwin Cookstown. It's near enough in Cookstown town centre. It's Molesworth Street, just off the big long main street. 3,500 every day.
Every day?
Every day. Both of them are doing.
Is there any animals left?
Well, where are all these pigs? You ever asked that? When's the last time you seen a pig in the field?
Never. I've only ever seen them in farms.
Yeah, they're all in shithole farms in the worst conditions you can ever imagine. I don't know if you've seen that investigation we done last year in a farm in Clough.
Was that the pig slaughterhouse and it was on BBC?
It was a pig farm and it was on the BBC. We went in at 3 o'clock in the morning.
They didn't know that they were there. They were saying it was a cover for something or something.
Yeah, we went in at 3 o'clock in the morning. See the conditions in those farms the pigs are kept in. Standing in their own shit for months.
And there was loads of them as well.
Eating themselves. Oh yeah, they're in pens about.
And the big pigs as well.
Yeah.
And they're all like jammed right beside each other.
Do you know what age they go to a gas chamber at? 6 months old.
This is ruining my day. This is actually ruining
Shouldn't ruin your day, but don't let it ruin your day because.
That's why I try not to think about it, because I would literally hate myself.
Do you have like a page or something?
I'm going to give you a card. I'll give you both a card. Don't hate yourself, by the way, because you're taught. Society teaches you it's needed, it's normal, and it's necessary, and it's none of those things. I've been vegetarian since 19, vegan since 40.
And here you're looking
I'm
well
really healthy.
Tell you that much.
I'm super healthy. People don't tell you this as well. Animal products are a package deal. They come with saturated fat, cholesterol, antibiotics that they feed the animals to keep them alive because they're in shitty conditions.
They're getting everything bad.
I'll give you one each. These are all like documentaries. Shows you how bad the fishing industry is, how bad the cow industry is. This is about health.
I've watched the Seaspiracy one about the
what do you think about that?
Ones and stuff. That there's certain places that you're actually not allowed to go fishing and stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Well, they're telling us now by 2048 there'll be no fish left in the sea at current rates of fishing. So they're decimating the oceans. We are doing things to animals that people would never do themselves. I'll give you one as well. But you see the top one?
No.
What's that?
Animals wouldn't do to each other.
Well, some animals are ugly like carnivores, but that's necessity. They have to eat another animal or they're going to die. But we don't.
We shouldn't be a part of the food chain.
We've removed ourselves from the food chain. We don't hunt in the wild. We go to bloody Tesco's where there's like a myriad of.
Picture animals could just walk into the store and buy
Our life is so easy.
I know, but you see now, you don't think there's links on there for food and stuff as well. But you see vegan options and stuff now in the supermarkets. Like there's 5 different vegan pizzas in Tesco's alone. That's pizza. There's lasagna. There's vegan burgers, vegan chicken nuggets, pastas, the plant-based milk section. Like you've bound to have seen it. You can go in the Nero down there and get 3 different types of plant milk in your coffee. Almond milk tastes probably better than dairy milk in coffee.
Oat milk and all.
Oat milk's great. So even if it's a little bit different, it still tastes okay. Say it's 10% different.
Compromise.
Here's the way I ask people. What do you value more, taste or an animal's life?
An animal's life.
Of course you do.
If I thought for a second anyone was going to do it to my Joey.
Where's your Joey? A wee doggy or?
I rescued him, he was a pug.
Ah.
I rescued him on his first birthday. And I would kill anyone if they actually tried to.
Of course you would. Of course you would. And most people, so say your wee doggy was here now and somebody was kicking it, people would freak out. What if it was a pig? Not that I believe people would step in.
I would definitely be like, what the fuck are you doing? But I can guarantee 90%.
Or if you turned up at a barbecue, the wee lamb. The wee lambs you see bouncing around the fields.
No,
you know
I done that. I'd be like, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, we'll say you turned up at a barbecue with a wee lamb and a knife and said, "Here, somebody kill the wee lamb."
You wouldn't do it.
How many people? How many people would do it?
None.
And if somebody did do it, you'd think they were psychopaths.
Yep.
But yet, because it happens in a slaughterhouse,
I can't see it.
Morally, what's the difference? Do you know what lambs? Do you know what age lambs are killed at?
Don't say it's 2 months or something.
16 weeks.
Do you know what I mean?
Spring lambs are killed at 16 weeks. Young lamb, which is the real expensive ones, killed about 11 to 12 weeks old.
It was actually human beings doing this.
That's crazy.
Oh, they're
and everybody here's, and this sounds judgmental, it's just a fact. Everybody here's paying them to do it.
Yep.
Supply and demand. So my thinking is, if you don't agree with it, abstain from it and just buy the vegan option instead.
I think I'm going to, you know. Because I don't
Makes
eat a lot
sense,
of
doesn't
chicken.
it?
I don't eat like fish. I don't eat fish. I don't eat.
What sort of chicken do you eat? Was it like?
It would be like breaded chicken. It's probably processed to be fair.
It's processed crap.
And
You should see how chickens are. God save us! You should see how chickens are. Do you know those big barns you see in the countryside? You know how many chickens run one of them at a time? Up to 30,000.
Yeah, there's a lot.
They have less than a third of an A4 sheet of paper of space. Even the ones that aren't in cages. You've never seen anything like it. It's so horrendously cruel. Thousands of them. They throw them in as chicks. They grow to fully grown in 48 days, and then they go to a slaughterhouse, hung upside down, throats cut. It's terrible. And chickens are even really nice if you spend time around them.
Chickens.
You know, they're really.
Whenever I go to the farm, I always
Yeah,
chickens.
yeah, and they're really. They get to know you just like your pet would. So I'm just suggesting to people that.
I'm gonna go home now and tell all my friends about this.
Watch that speech on that card, please.
In my phone.
It is literally the best speech you'll ever hear. Somebody sent it to me 10 years ago, and I thought, it's a speech on YouTube, it'll be crap. I swear to God, I couldn't argue with a word on it, and I went vegan like that.
I'm gonna do it.
And I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm not saying you have to do that.
No, but
just listen to it.
Yeah, it'd be good to watch it and have an insight.
The guy's just really powerful speaker, and he just lays it out exactly as it is, and exactly how it is if you wouldn't harm an animal yourself, well, why
are you letting someone else do it?
Why would you do it to somebody or pay somebody else to do it for you? Especially as it's not necessary.
It's so unnecessary. If there's other options,
yeah.
It's the way we don't have death penalty anywhere you go to jail. But them animals don't do anything wrong.
I've said that a million times. You would not treat your worst animal like that. Those animals have done nothing to anybody, and you see like those farms I go into and stuff. I often wonder, do they wake up there and think, how the fuck did I end up here? What have I done to deserve this? Those pigs on that farm, we seen some of them eating each other, but they're so, I see them as innocent like children. I don't mean innocent, they haven't done anything wrong. I mean,
put into a system that they don't even want to be in.
Yeah.
For something that wouldn't mean their fault.
Yeah.
Because they were born as an animal.
It's speciesism, which is the same as racism. So you're taught when you're young, love dogs and cats, and if somebody shoots Harambe, you get upset, and if somebody bullfighting's bad and fox hunting's bad. But these other animals, the ones that we typically eat and wear, well, don't even think about that. We have to do it. So it's like fuck them. We're not even going to think about it. And I
we
think
sing
that's
farm
right.
animal songs and all. If we love all the animals, then we do.
Yeah, and it's, do you know what? It's ingrained into you from right. You remember the books you've probably seen when you're first in primary school. You see a farm, and it's the farmer with his dungarees on, and there's one pig, and one cow, and one chicken
and one sheepdog, and one lamb.
Never a mention of what's going to happen to animals or what they're doing there. Everybody's just all friendly. So that's ingrained into you from when you're young, and
so you're convinced they're all having a good life.
Yeah,
really
and you're taught not to even ask the question.
I'm going to ditch you now.
You're going to ditch me?
Yep, but guaranteed I'm going to go watch that, and I'm going to send it into my group chat.
Honestly, watch it. You got my Instagram there. Watch it and tell me what you think of it when you watch it. Not being funny, seriously. It's incredibly powerful. When I got it, I thought this will be shite. I'm going to pull through this in 2 minutes, and 2 or 3 minutes in, I was like, yeah. What's your name, by the way?
Danielle.
Thanks for stopping.
I'm Amy.
I know you're going to watch that.
Oh, I am going to watch that, and I will Instagram me and let you know what I think.
Yeah, definitely do. Have a good day, girls. I appreciate you stopping.
Keep your shine up.
You made my day stopping, so thank you.
Thank you.
See you again.